Welcome to Wikipedipodcast, the podcast where I read a Wikipedia article. Today we're reading about famine food. Let's get started. Famine food. A famine food, or poverty food, is an inexpensive or readily available food used to nourish people in times of hunger and starvation, whether caused by extreme poverty, such as during economic depression, by natural disasters, such as drought, or by war or genocide. Damn, this topic's going to get real dark. Foods associated with famine need not be... What? Foods associated with famine need not be nutritionally deficient or unsavory. Fuck. Okay, let's do this again. Foods associated with famine need not be nutritionally deficient or unsavory. People who eat famine food in large quantity over a long period of time may become averse to it over time. In times of relative affluence, these foods may become the targets of social stigma and rejection. The characterization of a foodstuff as famine or poverty food is primarily social. For example, lobster and other crustaceans may be considered poverty food in some societies, and luxury food in others, depending on periods. All right, and here are some examples. This is going to be a quick episode today. All right, here are some examples. A number of foodstuffs have been strongly associated with famine, war, or times of hardship throughout history. All right, first one. The bread nut or Maya nut was cultivated by the ancient Mayans, but is largely rejected as a poverty food in modern Central America. Well, that's okay. That doesn't seem to fit. Okay. In Polynesia, plants from the genus Xanthomosoma. I added some extra syllables there. Xanthosoma, plants known locally as ape. Ape? What? Were considered famine food and used only when the taco taro crop failed. I guess I'm thinking about tacos today. Several species of edible algae, including dulse, channeled rack, and Irish moss, Chondrus crispus, that sounds pretty good, were eaten by coastal peasants during the Great Famine in Ireland of 1846 to 48. Further inland famine foods included stinging nettle, wild mustard, sorrel, and watercress. Those are pretty common nowadays. Sago lily bulbs were eaten by the Mormon pioneers when their crops failed. That's a quick little wrap-up of that one. All right, I guess, okay. Tulip bulbs and beetroots were eaten in the German-occupied parts of the Netherlands during the Hunger winter of 1944 to 45. I wonder what that was all about. I don't know. I guess nothing happened those years. During a number of famines in Russia and the Soviet Union, nettle, orach, and other types of wild plants were used to make breads or soups. Cat meat was eaten in the northern Italian regions of Piedmont, Emilia, Romagna, and Liguria in times of famine, such as during World War II. Yikes. Okay, let's keep it going. Likewise, during the siege of Paris in the Franco-Prussian War, the menu in Parisian cafes was not limited to cats, but also dogs, rats, horses, donkeys, camels, and even elephants. Okay, look, let's keep going. Let's get past this. During the Japanese occupation of Malaya, due to a severe shortage of rice, the locals resorted to surviving on handy tuberous roots, such as cassava, sweet potato, and yam. Okay, that's much better. Yams. I like those more than cats and dogs and horses and donkeys and camels and elephants. Okay. Okay. During the Battle of Bataan in the Philippines during the Second World War, Filipino and American servicemen resorted to consuming dog meat, monkey meat, and the meat of monitor lizard referred to as iguana lizards in the sources, pythons, mules, horses, and caribous as their supply of food dwindled. Okay, look, I thought we were past this, guys. Why the fuck is everyone eating dogs and cats? Seriously, guys, come on. In the semi-arid areas of Brazilian northeast, the shoots and leaves of cactus Opuntia coccynellifera are normally used to feed the livestock, cattle and goats. But during long droughts, people may use them as a last resort. Yeah, I mean, that makes more sense. Historically, in the Maldives, the leaves of seaside trees, such as the octopus bush and the beach cabbage, were often used as a famine food. The caper, the flower bud, and berry of Caparis spinosa species, got it, nailed it, has been a famine food in southern Ethiopia and Sudan as well as the 1948 siege of West Jerusalem. During the Cambodian humanitarian crisis, people ate tarantulas, scorpions, silkworms, and grasshoppers. Fried tarantulas later became a delicacy popular with tourists in the Cambodian town of Skuon. Holy shit, I would never eat a tarantula. That is insane. That is literally insane. Oh my gosh. Okay, anyways, I mean, that being said, I've eaten grasshoppers before, so, okay. Moving on. All right, last one we got here. Morinda citrifolia is sometimes called a starvation fruit, implying it was used by indigenous peoples as emergency food during times of famine. Well, there we go. That's some famine food for you. So everybody, in case we're all dying of famine soon, grab some cats, grab some dogs, get a tarantula, eat some snails. Yep, let's do it. Let's eat those weird-ass animals. Please send me your weird animals that I can eat. I'll be cultivating them. I'll be breeding my own grasshoppers and tarantulas in the same habitat. Everything will be fine. So if you think it's going to work out, leave a like, subscribe, and have a garbage day.